Welcome to the Dave Show. My name is Dave, and today I'm here to talk about this humidifier. This is a room humidifier. Now, a humidifier actually puts humidity into the air, so it actually puts moisture into the air, if you weren't familiar with what a humidifier is. Now, the company did send me this product for review, but everything I say in this video is my own opinion. They wanted me to show you what it is, how you put the whole thing together, and how it works. So let's take a closer look at this humidifier. Okay, it's going to come with several parts. You can see it comes with a big tank part. Now, this is pretty tall. It's a pretty tall tank, and then this is the humidifier top end control panel and all that. And this goes up here on top, except there's a cable stuff going through here. It's a pump. Okay, so there's a little pump and a tube. You do have to take this plastic off. So when you do get it, you're going to have to prepare a little bit. Take the plastic off before you put this whole thing in together. So I'm going to do that before I put water in and test it. But this whole thing drops inside and goes up here to the very top. Okay, when you put the top onto this, it's about 27.5 inches, so it's pretty tall. You want to make sure you have enough room to wherever you put it. Usually just stick it in a corner of a room is all you need. Now the tank is pretty good size, and when you fill this with water, it does get a little heavy. So you're going to want to be careful with that when you're carrying a large heavy tank of water. Or you can fill up a little pitcher and leave this in a spot in your room, fill up a pitcher and come and pour it into there. Now this right now is a little unstable, but they do send you a base to it. So you do have to screw this on, but don't worry. They also give you a screwdriver with little screws. So we're going to do this. I'm going to put this on to make it more stable and steady. Some of the things you're going to get with it too is you're going to get a manual for it, which is always a good idea to read the manual. A lot of safety and different things on operations and so forth. I'm going to show you the details of that here in just a minute. You get a little cleaning brush kind of thing, and you are going to get a remote control. So you don't have to get up out of bed and go over to your machine to try to change the features of it. You can do it all from a remote control, which is really cool. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to, I'm going to show you the controls of the unit coming up next. Okay, here's a look at the power station. I did plug it in, but obviously it's not hooked up to water right now. But if you had a little power button, it's just a very sensitive touch switch. You can power it on, and it automatically goes to a 40% humidity. Now, you can change your humidity by hitting these different buttons, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, and it goes up to, I think, 90%, and then goes back to 40. So it's automatically set at 40% humidity, and you can raise it up if you want to. There's a timer here, so you can set different timers. If you want this to go off at 1 hour or so, you can do that, or more hours. You can just set the timer if you want to. Now there's also a UV system here too, so you can actually have the UV sterilize the moisture that comes out of this thing. So you're getting good quality sterilized moisture there. Then we have the mist function here, and this has to do with how much of the moisture that comes out. There's a low, medium, and high setting for the output of the moisture on that. And then there's a sleep function, which will turn the lights off, and there's also a little night light on it as well. But so it's a pretty simple, easy thing to use and operate. Again, you can take this piece off to fill up the tank, but also this whole thing comes off here like this. And there are sensors in there that will automatically shut off the system when the water gets too low. You can fill up the water through the side here. They do not want you to put water through this here. This is a little mister section. So you don't want to pour water into here. You don't want to pour water into here. You can pour water to the outside. This is kind of like a reserve tank. Or the best thing to do is to just take this whole top piece off and fill up the tank on its own. So right down here at the bottom, on the back side of the head unit, there is a little tray. You just press it and open it. There's a little tray there with a little pad. Now what you're supposed to do is you put a couple of drops of essential oils. So whether it's a certain smell or eucalyptus or whatever you want to, you put that in there, and that smell will come out through the mist, through the system. That part is pretty cool. Okay, I have some water here. I'm going to go ahead and pour into the base. So that was one whole big thing. It doesn't even come up to the window. It only comes up to here. Now there is a max line up here, so you don't want to fill it up past that. I'm only going to put this much in it just for now for testing purposes. And again, don't forget to put the base on before you fill this up. There was just a couple screws there at the bottom. You just put those in there. And we're going to test this out this way. We're going to drop the pump in to there like that. Now everything is good. Everything is plugged in. Another thing is there is a handle here on the bottom, and this is on the tank part, so it's a little easier to grab and hold if you need to move it. Okay, I actually had to kind of put this on something on the ground because it's it was too low to put it right on the ground and too high for the table to get to my camera, so it was easier just to put it on something so you can see it. Now I had the remote control for this as well. I'm going to go ahead and hit the power button to turn it on, and it's doing its thing. Now it's got a little pump in there. It's got to kind of pump and get it up to, from the bottom, get the water up to the tank, the reservoir tank, to the little sensor thing. So that just takes a minute there. So there you go. Now we see we got some of the mist coming out. So it starts off on high, then you go all the way down to low, just barely a little bit coming out, medium, and high. Really gives you some good mist to it. Now this is a cold mist. It's not a heated humidifier. It's a cold humidifier. Now I turned the UV light on in there, but it's super hard to see because I have a lot of studio lights on. And again, there's a little light, a little night light. So you can have the night light go on, or you can turn it off. Depends on if you don't like the light or not while you're sleeping. But there you go. It works really, really well. The humidity is coming out. The moisture, the mist is coming out just perfectly fine. So if you're looking for a good quality room humidifier, this one may be the right one for you.